Hello mga alamat! Ang titignan po natin today ay mga trending or most active stocks tulad ng Globe, SM at Converge. Are you guys ready? Let's go! Alright mga alamat, let's start off with Converge, no? Itong Converge, we've more or less been consolidating dito sa lower area na to. And so far, not a lot has changed over the past couple of weeks, no? I'm not gonna dwell too much on this kasi there's really not all that much to say. Yung pinaka-scenario natin dito is if we can break above tong 13.7 or ideally even above 14.6, then that opens up etong malaking range na naiwan dito, 'di ba? Kasi may inefficient move tayo to the downside, so medyo nabungi ng konti yung chart for lack of a better term. So if we can start pushing above those levels, then this area opens up. Kasi if you zoom out, halos wala ring laman yung area na yan eh. Diyan din yung area of previous consolidation before. Then we move to the upside. Nung bumaba, bigla lang siyang dumiretso, 'di ba? So, I'm thinking na if we can come back up, this might become a tradable range. Pero kung kunwari naman ang mangyari is mabasag tayo to the downside, meaning we close beneath 12 pesos, then obviously bagong 52-week low na naman tayo and hihintayin na naman natin what type of structure develops after that breakdown. For now, since we're closer towards yung 52-week lows, yung mas likely na scenario is for a further push to the downside. However, I do realize na lately, medyo gumaganda ng konti yung PSE, no? As of this recording, we are trading above 6,000. So, maybe madamay din tong Converge, maybe makakita rin to ng konting upside. But unless magkaroon tayo ng change sa overall structure niya, meaning hindi na tayo downtrend, hindi na puro lower highs and lower lows, okay? Hanggang mangyari yon, I wouldn't put too much focus on this just yet. I understand some people are waiting for a cross above specific MAs, whether that's MA 50, 100, 200, 250, what have you. But until na mangyari yung kung anumang mga parameters ang binabantayan ninyo, you might want to steer clear of this muna. Okay? Buying at quote-unquote cheap levels doesn't necessarily guarantee na hindi pa lalong bababa ang presyo. Next, tignan naman po natin tong SM, no? Tong SM, we've come back, di ba? So, bumaba siya dito, nag-form tayo ng support, we pushed higher, nagkaroon ng swing high, push lower, almost binilikan tong previous level of support natin, nabitin ng konti, pushed higher, tapos ngayon, nag-reject tayo dito sa nag-aabang natin na resistance level. At bakit siya resistance level? Because this area is an inflection point. It has acted as support, resistance, support, and so on along the way. So, hindi nakakagulat na nung nakabalik tayo doon, nakahanap tayo ng some type of reaction, no? Now, whether or not this reaction is gonna be more severe, meaning we're gonna see further downside from here. Kasi after all, ganun din it's on a downtrend, lower highs, lower lows, and wala naman nagbago doon with the recent push. It could easily be na ito yung next lower high mo, and then we come back down and form another lower low. We don't know what's gonna happen next. Okay? So, given all of that, what I would be watching out for, number one, is if price can come back and reclaim tong 831 pesos na area, then that opens up this range dito sa taas from 831 hanggang mga 890. Although, I do need to remind you na it's likely not gonna be an easy trade. Yes, may potential gap fill na pwedeng maganap, but since marami ng chop sa area na yan, baka medyo mahirapan yung price umangat directly from 831 all the way back to 890. Diba? Pero, yun yung range niya. So, just something to watch out for moving forward if we do see an upside push. Now, on the flip side, kung kunwari naman tumulak to pababa, ma-retake tong 750 o tong 738, then the likely scenario is either bumaba to rito around 720, perhaps forming some sort of double bottom, or yun nga, baka tuluyan siyang mabutas at mag-form ng bagong 52-week low, and then from there, we'll have to reassess what new structure develops dito sa SM before re-engaging once again. Next, silipin naman po natin tong Bloom, no? Na itong Bloom, it has been one of the stocks na medyo tumutulong sa pagtulak ng konti sa index, no? After nung quote-unquote fake news natin na nagtulak ng price pababa dito, around 5.32, we have seen an uptick dito sa Bloom, and in fact, we filled yung gap na naiwan natin dito before. Now, from here, what can we expect? Ano yung mga pwede nating tignan na scenarios? Number one, we're approaching tong resistance area between 7.12 hanggang mga 7.18, no? Now, if price goes there, nauntog, bumaba, magugulat ba tayo? Hindi, kasi it's an area nakita naman na very obvious na resistance. So, siguro naman, hindi tayo magugulat or maiinis kung yung resistance gawin yung trabaho niya, which is mag-resist. Plus, kung papansinin natin, etong previous trend line natin, may confluence tayo dun sa area of resistance na yon. So, just something to watch out for. Now, kung kunwari, mabasag natin yung area na to, then that opens up this wider area above from 7.18 hanggang mga 7.85. Okay? Or even if hindi man umabot ng 7.85, baka mag-gap fill na tayo dito sa gap na naiwan before. However, kailangan makita natin na price not just break above, I want to see it hold firmly above 7.18 bago ako mag-consider kung meron bang trade na pwedeng gawin dito. And the reason for that is kapag kasi kunyari sabihin natin in the next 2, 3, 4 days, biglang tumuloy-tuloy lang to, it's gonna look very overstretched sa akin. Diba? I'm not saying na 100% ganun nga yung mangyayari. No? Siyempre, depende pa rin yan sa kung ano man yung itsura ng structure if that time should come. Pero I'm guessing it's gonna look very overstretched and I might not want to participate kapag ganun na yung itsura ng chart. Now, the other thing we want to be careful naman is kung mabasag tayo, mabasag natin tong 6.5, baka balikan natin tong range na to between 6.5 hanggang 6.15. Kung papansinin natin, after nitong quote-unquote fake news, di ba next day nag-gap up tayo dito, saan yung nag-act na support? Hindi ba tong 6.15 din na galing dito, which again is a very decent inflection point, acted as both support and resistance before, di ba? Very obvious na area. So, nag-act siya as support dito, tumulak tayo pataas. So, if we come back and break beneath 6.5, hindi ako magugulat kung makahanap tayo ulit ng some type of support dito sa 6.15. Maybe, mag-act siya as support, baka sandali lang, tas from there, we see a further push to the downside. Pero, maaari din na tumulak dito, mag-act as support, tapos mag-range muna tayo sa area na dito, remains to be seen. But if 6.15 gets taken out, yung next level of supports natin will be 5.82 followed by 5.5 na. Next, tignan naman po natin yung MER, no? After nung downside push natin, nag-act as support tong 275. Makikita natin nagkaroon tayo ng quote-unquote fake out dyan. We immediately reclaimed this level in the very next candle. And actually, ako personally, I was looking to see kung pull back yung price dito sa 275 after niya mag-close above it to see if I can potentially get in, stop below, targeting tong resistance level at around 300, 301. Unfortunately, as you can see, hindi siya nag-pull back. I was never filled. We got pushed to the upside. Lumapit tayo do sa level of resistance na yon. Nabitin ng konti, we push lower, and now we are essentially consolidating within this range. Okay? So the range na pinaglalaroan natin ngayon is somewhere around 275 hanggang mga 301. Quite a decent range. However, okay, does that mean na kapag nag-pull back sa 275, I would still be buying? Ako hindi. Kasi para sa akin, ang dami ng untog na nabuo along the way. So medyo mag-iingat na ako. Diba? But kung kunwari, price pulls back down, tas masin natin na mag-hold tong 275, we'll rediscuss MER again then, no? Kung kunwari naman, sabihin natin, price pulls back and breaks beneath 275, what we can expect to see is price will revisit tong support na nag-form dito or even push lower, revisiting tong mga lows na to from before. Okay, kung mabasag naman to the upside, let's say na mabasag tong 301, then yung next levels of resistance natin will be at 310 followed by 323, 332, and 346 respectively. And then finally, pag-usapan po natin tong Globe Telecom or yung GLO, no? Itong GLO, I know a lot of people are excited about it. It has been pushing for the past couple of days. Now that we have approached yung next level natin of supply, so ito yun, no? May area of previous consolidation dito sa white zone na to prior to price dropping down. Titignan natin kung ano na yung magaganap next. If we can push higher and actually break above not just this white zone pero pati tong 2,600 na resistance level, then I think we might come back and fill tong gap na naiwan before. Remember, where this gap is, yan din yung mga lows dati. So, from here, since may inefficient move tayo to the downside, despite the fact na nagkaroon tayo ng brief consolidation dito, I do think if we can reclaim tong 2.6, we might come back and revisit tong 2,900 to 3,000 more or less na levels. Okay? Pero syempre, wala pa tayo doon. Huwag natin sobrang pangunahan ng sarili natin, no? If sabihin naman natin na untog tayo dito sa area of supply, let's see where price push towards to. Let's say nag-pull back yung price tas mag-hold na tayo dito around 2,350, 2,4 na area. Then that could be a sign na we're starting to push higher. After all, pwede na natin sabihin na ito yung low, high, lower high, higher low, then higher high, di ba? So the expectation is if this is gonna form some type of reversal, then we want to see continuous higher lows. So a push towards here around 2,350, even hanggang dito mga 2,250 to 2,3 na area would be ideal. Then kapag ka magkaroon ng bullish structure from there, that could be a sign na, uy, baka pwede na to, pwede tayong pumasok. Let's see if we can push higher from there, especially kung mag-yield siya ng magandang risk-reward. The other thing is, Globe has formed some type of very weird inverse head and shoulders pattern. Yes, medyo broad-shouldered siya, no? Alam ko, lalabas yung edad ko, pero kamukha niya yung mga old school na Justice League or Batman na cartoons, kung naalala niyo yun, di ba? Yung parang triangle yung katawan ng mga tao. So, parang ganun yung itsura. Very, very broad yung shoulders niya. But essentially, yun yung pattern na nag-form eh. So ideally, what we want to see, again, a pullback to the neckline. And then the neckline, we can argue na hindi ba dapat dito yan or hindi ba dapat dito yan. So as long as we get a pullback into the general area and then magbigay siya ng some type of bullish structure na pwede nating sandalan, then we can revisit tong Globe and see if there are potential trade ideas na pwede nating buuhin from there. But for now, I wouldn't go rushing in kasi maaari nga na mauntog na siya either dito sa white zone or sa supply zone natin or dito sa 2.6 na level of resistance na pinag-uusapan natin kanina. Now, worst case, yung ayaw nating makita is for price to pull all the way back down and actually revisit tong white zone naman, tong demand zone sa baba. If that happens, I don't think the demand zone holds. I think we see that break and why we might revisit tong support level at 1,796. And if that breaks, obviously, new 52-week low. Actually, a break beneath tong white zone pa nga lang, new 52-week low na. But again, if 1,796 breaks, then medyo malalim-lalim na hukay nito. Baka balikan na natin tong mga lows na naiwan dito or perhaps even tong 1,590 levels from all the way back from dati pa. Okay? So, yun yung mga tinitingnan ko dito sa GLO, no? So, guys, if nakatulong to sa inyo, I would really appreciate it if you give this video a like, share it with your friends, share it with your loved ones, share it with fellow traders. Diba? Ikalat natin ng konti sa social media. Every little bit helps. Alam ko, mahina ako sa ganon, kaya umasa ako sa inyo, no? And as always, guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!